Great morning. Good morning. Great morning, everybody. It is the day that the Lord has made. We're choosing to rejoice and to be glad in it. We say that the Lord is good and that his mercy endures forever. Great is his faithfulness unto us. We thank the Lord and we bless him. How are you? Are y'all having a good morning thus far? Yes, no, maybe so. Good morning, Miss Cricket. Good morning, Miss Willa. Great morning, great, and mighty morning. Hey, everybody. I am Angela Thornton, and this is Wise Word Ministries. Thank you for joining us. Hello to the replay, fam. Hello to those who will watch us on replay. We bless the Lord for you as well. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good. It is a good day. All is well. Listen here. Come on, Willa. The mangoes are ripening. Oh, that could be my recovery food. My recovery fruit. The mangoes are ripening. Anyway, everybody doing okay this morning. God is faithful. God is faithful. God is faithful to us when we look back over our life, as we say, and we think things over. If we are honest, no matter how many bad days we've had, the good days really do outweigh the bad days. So this morning, as I was reading our scriptures for the day, Psalm 116. Now, the first verse of Psalm 116 is a blessing. It is. But then when you hop down to that 12th verse, man, oh man, oh man. Verse 1 is I love the Lord because he hears my voice and my supplications. He doesn't just hear my voice, but he hears my request. He hears my petition. He hears me asking. And I love him because he he has leaned his ear over to me. He's stretching out, he's paying attention to him. And so I'm going to call on him as long as I live. Hey, y'all, that's the verse 1 and 2. But it's verse 12 this morning that got me. There's a whole song. And if y'all have been around church for a long time, this is where the song comes from. What shall I render? Y'all know that song. Dr. Kim, medicine woman, I know you know what shall I render. Marlene, I know you done heard what shall I render? Whew. The verse says, what shall I render to the Lord for all his benefits to me? What do I have to give to the Lord? So that's like the King James New American Standard. The Christian Standard Bible says, how can I repay the Lord for all he has done for me? The Common English Bible says, what can I give back to the Lord for all the good things he has done for me? And then the New Living Testament says, what can I offer the Lord? So when you think about that, and we hear the song, I could hear that song uh, ringing in my head in Bethel Baptist Church, and I can hear that whole what? And then it's shall I render, drawn out. But if you think about it, What can we render to the Lord? What can we give back to God? What can we offer to Him? How can we repay Him? What do we have to give to the Lord? What will you give Him? For all the good things. No, it's tomorrow. They changed it from today. It's tomorrow, Miss Kitty. It's tomorrow at noon. It is tomorrow at, and excuse me, not noon, 12:05, because every time I said noon, they said 12:05. But what can I give back to the Lord? What can I render? What can I offer Him for all that He has done for me? I know my former pastor, Bishop Owens, always says, then your good days outweigh your bad days. But what do you have to give to God? Doesn't matter how you feel, God is worthy to be praised. What do you have to give? What will you give Him? His benefits. Bless the Lord, oh my soul, and all that's within me, forgetting none of His benefits, for all that He's done, for all the benefits that you and I have. What can we give back to the Father? What can we render? What can we offer Him? How can we acknowledge Him? How can we acknowledge His goodness and His mercy and His favor and His blessings and His abundance and His peace and His provision and His protection? How can we, what do we have to offer Him for His wisdom and His knowledge and His deliverance? What can we give back to the Lord for all that He's done for us, how He's kept us when we ought to be somewhere just sitting here rocking like Rain Man? What can we give the Lord when we know He extended mercy, when God knows we didn't deserve mercy? We deserved it. And He extended a hand of mercy. As CC says, mercy said no. What can we render to God for the grace He's shown us when we certainly got what we didn't deserve? I didn't qualify for it, but your grace, and because I'm your child, I'm your daughter, I'm your son, I am the righteousness of God. What can I render to you? What can I give back? What can I offer to you? What shall I render? The light bulb just went out. Okay. What shall I render to Him? In the next verse, verse 13, He says, I'm going to lift up the cup of salvation. I'm going to praise the name of the Lord for saving me. I'm going to lift up the cup of salvation. I'm going to lift up the cup and thank God for His deliverance. I'm going to thank Him for keeping me. I'm going to thank Him for keeping me when, hey, Daisy, when I didn't know that I needed to be kept and didn't want to be kept and didn't know how I would be kept and didn't know that if I would be kept. But I'm going to thank God for His provision, that when, even if I was homeless and living in a car, God was still providing for me. I'm going to thank Him. I'm going to offer Him thanks and praise, because when I was out in the world doing whatever I was big enough and bold enough and bad enough and grown enough to do, something that others succumbed to, I didn't. I will render unto the Lord my thanks. I will render unto God my praise and my worship. I will render unto Him gratitude. What can I render unto the Lord for all He has done for me? I'm not talking about what He has done for other folk that I've seen. That's exposure. I'm talking about for the experience that I've had with the Lord. What shall I render? What do I have to give to the one who created the heavens and the earth and sustains them by his power? What could I possibly offer the one who spoke and said, let there be, and it became? What can I offer the one who delivered them out of Egypt and kept them while they were in bondage? What can I deliver to the one who came, who made his son, came down to from heaven to earth, and then gave his life? What do I have to offer him? What shall I render for all of his recompenses? What everything he's done. When I start thinking about the stuff he's done, when I start thinking about Jesus really did pay it all. I know they say, Jesus paid it all to him I owe. Yeah. You're like, wait a minute. He did pay it all. Say what now? He he paid for that sin? He paid for that sin? He paid for this? Huh. Sin had left a crimson stain. And he washed it white as snow. Sin had left a crimson stain. Honey, it was a big old red stain, like a big old scarlet R. So what shall I render to the one who has kept me? What shall I give? What do I have to offer? How do I repay him? What do I give the Lord? What do I give? Can I give him anything? Is it something that he would take? What shall I render? The grace that he has bestowed, how he has renewed me, revived me, how he has kept me, how he has mended all the broken pieces in me. Yeah, what do I have to give to the Lord? He saved me. He raised me, as old folks say. What do I have to give to the Lord? So when you think of the gift that he gave us in Jesus Christ, and you think of the love that he doesn't just love, he is love. When you think that he defeated everything, sin, sickness, so it is finished. What is an adequate love for that? What is an adequate return for that kind of love? What is an adequate offer for the mercies that I didn't deserve, but because I am his righteousness, because he's blessed me with every spiritual blessing? So you ask yourself, will you repay him with obedience? Will you repay him with sacrifice? Will you repay him with holiness? Will you repay him with living a righteous life? Will you repay him by believing that he is? Will you repay him by trusting in him and leaning not to your own understanding? How do you repay him? Do you repay him by prayer and fasting and spending time with him in his word? Do you repay him by witnessing of his goodness publicly? Because one of the verses says this: I'm going to keep my promise to the Lord in the presence of his people. I'm not going to be silent about who God is. I won't be silent about what God has done. What shall I render to the Lord? I'm going to keep my promises, the vows that I made. So my word is my bond. We shake a hand. That's it. That's all. It is so. Do you repay him by calling on his name? Do you render to the Lord by calling on the name of the Lord? The name of the Lord that is a strong tower. The name of the Lord that is your refuge and your strength. The name of the Lord that is your deliverer, that is your way maker. The name of the Lord, the one who knew you before you were you and knows you now that you are you. the one who knew your ending from your beginning? Do you repay him? Are you devoted to him? Or do you just go to church because it's something to do? Because that's what you did when you was growing up. And, it's a good habit. Are you really trying to seek his face and be in communion and relationship with him? Are you keeping your word and paying your vows? Will you render to him by repaying him, by glorifying his name, by lifting up the name of Jesus, by worshiping him in spirit and in truth? When you think about that, what shall I render? If I ask you to type something in, what would you say that you have to render to the Lord, repay the Lord, give back to the Lord, offer the Lord? Is there anything you can think of? You say, God, this is what I'm rendering to you. I'm surrendering my heart. I'm submitting my will to your will. I'm submitting my ways to your ways. I'm being transformed by the renewing of my mind. I wholeheartedly give everything that I have. Everything belongs to you. God is everything, and everything belongs to him. What do you have to give back to the one who gave you everything? What do you have to give back to the one who gave his life that you would live? That you would live in the fullness of his word and the abundance of his peace. What do you have to offer by way of thanksgiving, by way of gratitude? What shall I render to the Lord this morning? Hey, Jerry, what do you have to give back to him? And if you start thinking on his goodness and you start thinking on all the things he's done for you, is there anything you could think of that you can give back to him? If you think about anything the Lord has done for you, as the old folks say, he pulled me up out of the muck and the miry clay. He washed my hands and they look new. I looked at my feet and they do too. Ooh, that's so old. Yeah, he turned me around. Not 360 because you end up right where you were, but 180. He turned you from the direction that you were going. What do you have to offer him that keeps your mind in perfect peace as your mind is stayed on him? What do you have to give back to the one who says, don't be anxious for anything, but by prayer and supplication, make your request known to God, and the peace of God will guard your heart and your mind? When you know right now you're in a place in your life, you're in a situation, a circumstance, something has happened where God, listen, anxiety is a real thing right now. Listen, worration is real. Listen, heartache, heartbreak is real. What do you give to the one who pours out the oil of joy and lays upon you a garment of praise when the spirit of heaviness attempts to overtake you and overwhelm you? What do you render to the Lord for his benefits? Because the psalmist says, and forgetting none of his benefits. So now we got to think, what are some of the benefits that I have in God? What are some of the benefits that you have in God? Like a real thing right now. What are some of the benefits that you have in God? Think about that. And then you can say, well, wait, I can thank him for this. I can thank him for that. I can thank him that he forgives my iniquity. I can thank him that he heals diseases, even if he don't do it the way I want him to do. I can thank him that he redeemed my life from the pit. Not only did he redeem it from the pit, he keeps me from going back to the pit. Yeah, that part. It's one thing to be snatched out of the pit. It's another thing to keep me from going back. Because if I was there so long, it's familiar to me, you see. Like they said when they came out of Egypt, you done brought us to this here desert. At least in Egypt, we had 3 squares. Never mind the fact that they were beating you breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Never mind the fact that you was trying to make, rock out of straw. Never mind the fact that you were enslaved and in bondage. But when it gets in your mind, he satisfies me with good. He renews my life. He renews my youth like that of an eagle. I might be old in numbers, in age, according to the calendar, but I got some benefits in the Lord. And yes, I meant to say benefits. And guess what? His enrollment period never ends. There is no time limit to when I can enroll in his benefits. Like at work, you got to enroll by a certain time, or you have to wait a whole year. No, 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 no. The benefits, that benefits package is eternal, it's everlasting. He crowns us with loving kindness and tender mercies. His compassions are new every morning. Great is his faithfulness. He executes righteousness and judgment for all the oppressed. I got an eternal benefits package, baby. And it's the best one ever. Do you understand? I don't have to say, what benefits y'all have on your job? Hey, Sandy Baylor. He makes ways out of no way. He makes himself known to me. He sent me a comforter. He sent me a comforter. And what I love about it, his benefits package is not predicated on who you are. Like, if you the CEO, you got one set of benefits, but if you work in the mailroom, you got another set of benefits. No, 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 no. Everybody get the same benefits with the Lord. Everybody got the same benefits. Everybody got the same benefits. When you think about forgiveness benefit, not just him forgiving you, but teaching you how to forgive you and forgive others. Wisdom, stuff you didn't know how you were going to figure it out. Favor is everlasting and surrounds you like a shield. It surrounds you. The favor surrounds you. What does a shield do? It protects you. The abundance of God's peace. His hand is upon you. One of the benefits is his everlasting presence. I'll never leave or forsake you. Neither will I forget you. Benefit. I might be by myself, but I'm never alone. You might think you don't see anybody with me, but I'm never alone. Because he is God who is in the midst of me, a mighty one to save and to deliver me. Trust me, you don't see the army, but it's there. Benefits. What do I have to render to the Lord? He said, I'm his righteousness, created in Christ Jesus to do good work. Benefits. Benefits. You got the blessing of Abraham. Benefit. Think about that. You got the blessing of Abraham. Benefits. And it says, Psalm 61 says, daily he loads us with benefits. Oh, yeah. Daily he loads us. See, if I'm loading, I'm constantly giving. Daily he loads us with benefits. So every day that you wake up, God is loading you up with his benefits. And because of that, what shall you render to him? And here's the good part. There are no cutbacks to his benefit package. There's no trimming away. There's no taking away. There's no, oh, you know what? We can't offer this benefit this time. So, what do I have to offer to the one who every single day loads me with his benefits? Every single day, he blessed the work of my hand. Every day, he's giving me the power to get wealth. Every day, I have the blessing of the Lord. Every day, if I lack wisdom, I can ask him and he'll give it to me, not just a little bit, but liberally. And he won't say, well, why you ask that? Don't you should know that? He get without any judgment. I don't have to know everything because I know the one who knows everything. See, that's what you don't have to know how to do everything. You just need to know people who know how to do what you don't know how to do. Benefit. The joy of the Lord is my strength. Lord, have mercy. Benefit. When I'm weak, that's when he rises up in his strength. So what do I have to render to the Lord for all that he has done for me? What do I have to offer? What do I have to repay? What can I offer? What can I give back? You start thinking about the benefits of the Lord, and you can start thinking about a lot of stuff you can offer him. You can render. You can offer thanksgiving. You can have a heart of thanksgiving. With a heart of thanksgiving and a mouth filled with praise, I will bless thee, O Lord. Yeah. You can start with gratitude. You could start with just acknowledging and believing that he is. Because who else daily loads you with benefits? Think about it. Who has kept you when circumstances hit you so hard you weren't sure you wanted to be kept? When you know life came at you fast and you felt yourself teetering going over the edge, and it was the hand of the Lord that upheld you when you couldn't stand on your own 2 feet, when the weight of the world was upon you, when everything in you said, you know what, I'm tired. But the Spirit of the Lord whispered, I got you. I got you. Rest in me. Don't try to understand it. Cast your cares on me. Lay this heavy burden down on me. Oh, there's some benefits. And so I could render to him my obedience. I could render to him understanding and coming to agreement with who he has said I am. I can come into agreement with his word. I can understand that he's not a mad, bad dad. I can come into agreement knowing that, yes, I'm saved. Yes, I'm set free. Yes, I'm sanctified. And yes, I'm also a kingdom citizen of the Most High God. So, yeah, what shall you render to the Lord? If you get a chance today, just pull that song up. What shall I render to the Lord? And then just think about it. Jesus paid it all. All to him I owe. Sin had left a crimson stain, but he washed it white as snow. Think about that. The Lord is good. Our devotional reading for today: waiting with hope. You need to continually keep focused on me so you can follow the guidance and direction I provide. There be countless distractions that blur your vision and distort the truth. So you would need to constantly remain in me so that I can direct you specifically into my will. Sometimes it seems like there must be another way. You perceive your weakness and struggles as an indication that you're moving in the wrong direction. I know you want instant answers and immediate relief, but you must always remember my ways are not your own. My ways are better. There'll be times when I'll make you wait. I'm building your faith, drawing you near, preparing you for a greater revelation of my presence, power, and provision, something that you can't imagine. It's during these times that I'm perfecting your faith so that you'll come to depend on me more. You'll stretch your trust in me further than you ever imagined you would or could. And you'll see that I bring good out of everything you endure. Don't allow your past to taint the promises I've given you for your future. I've promised to give you a future and a hope. Wait on me. Rely on me for strength when you are weak, and your faith will soar. Tomorrow, Medesala, Margaret, she probably will say, is praying. Powerful, powerful intercessor. She would have been praying anyway because my surgery was supposed to be today. Kim, you want me to take a copy of that? God has everything, and everything belongs to Him. Whoo-wee. I'll take a picture of it and screenshot it and send it to you, Kim. God has everything, and everything belongs to Him. So tomorrow is Medesala. Monday is Elder Judy Ramsey. So y'all, please come on, because I have some people who are going to come, and they really are going to pray and labor before the Lord as to what they should say. I will hop on as I can, especially starting Monday if I'm awake. Michelle Baltimore and I went through StreamYard last night, so she got it. And when I said I was getting ready to sing, how come she put the music on me? I said, she put the music on me, y'all. And then talking about, oh, when I tell you these people treat me bad, they're not trying to hear me sing. But anyway, thank y'all for the prayers that I know will go forth tomorrow at noon. If you think about me, just be praying. We're going to get this done. Amen. Amen. Rhonda Scott, if you are available later today, I got to drop my husband off. But if you're later this morning, um, I'll send you a text or send me a text. Thank y'all. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to do right. We try to get everything that I need to get planted except for my vegetables. But my neighbor said they'll plant some for me. Right. So y'all have a great, great day. Enjoy this heat in DC. It's going to be 80 something today and 90 tomorrow. I think I'm going to want some biscuits. Maybe I'll make me some and freeze them. Then all Daniel got to do was put them in the oven. That's what I think I'm going to do. Thank y'all. I'll see you in the morning as I drift off in my own head. Have a good day. Bye-bye. What?